The Cold Fire of the Riverbank, 2003, Riga, Latvia. On a winter night in 2003, along the frozen edges of the Daugava River, a strange glow flickered against the snow, soft, blue, and impossibly alive. People rushing home from late shifts slowed their steps. Some stopped completely, because what they saw wasn't reflections, and it wasn't a trick of the cold. Flames, real flames, were dancing across the river's surface, and yet no one felt even the faintest hint of warmth. It began with a fisherman named Arturs, who'd lingered by the river to check the lines he'd forgotten to pull earlier that day. He heard a faint hiss, like a match striking in a quiet room. When he looked up, small tongues of blue fire were rising from the black water, spreading in smooth, swirling curves that seemed to defy every rule of nature. They weren't burning the wooden posts. They weren't melting the ice. They just glided. Arturs reached out a trembling hand, half thinking he'd imagined it. But the moment the nearest flame drifted close, he felt nothing. No heat, no danger, only a strange vibration in the air, almost like the hum of a distant engine. By the time the first pedestrians arrived beside him, the river had transformed into a living tapestry of cold fire, each flame lifting and falling as though following an invisible rhythm. Children pointed. Elders whispered prayers. And every single person watching felt the same unsettling question settle into the back of their mind. If this is fire, why does it refuse to burn? As more people gathered, something changed. The flames began to pulse, sinking with the steady flow of the river beneath. A long, slow wave of movement swept upstream, and for a moment the whole crowd fell into an eerie silence. It was as if the river itself was breathing. Some swore the colour of the flame shifted, blue melting into violet, then into a pale silver that shimmered like frost in moonlight. Scientists arrived hours later, baffled and unprepared. They tested the air. They tested the water. They checked for methane, for phosphorescent algae, for chemical spills. Nothing explained what they saw. Nothing explained why the flames cast light but no heat. Nothing explained why, as dawn approached, the fire dimmed not in a flicker, but in a slow, graceful fade, like a curtain lowering at the end of a performance. And as the last flame vanished into the morning air, the river left behind only silence, and the memory of a night where the water burned without burning, and the cold held a secret that no one could name. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to help the channel grow.